Hi, everyone. My name is Gary Pasquarell. My wife, Linda, and I live in Richmond, Virginia. So great to join you. I was in Potsdam involved in Koinonia Church from 1974 until 1987. Linda and I got married in 83 and lived 4 years together, man and wife, in Potsdam. 74, I came as a freshman to Clarkson, stayed too long until I ended up with a PhD for whatever reason, and finished in 87, and then we moved away. Eventually got involved in overseas ministry, worked in Asia for about 9 years, raised our children overseas, and then came back and moved back to Virginia, and I've been practicing civil engineering since that time, but also continuing work with Asian people in our area. During the time I was in Koinonia Church, back then called Koinonia, I was a pastoral intern with John. All had a wonderful experience learning about ministering to people, especially college students, and those are some great, wonderful memories. The verse I want to share with you is found in Psalm 27, verse 10. For my father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me in. And I found that to be so true. My dad died when I was 16. It was really rough. My mom's she's with the Lord now. She's a great mom, was a great mom, but I needed that father figure thing, and it wasn't there in my life, and God used Koinonia Church to provide that strength in my life when I needed it. As I said, I came to Potsdam in 1974, and my first day in the dorm, this fellow showed up at my door. His name was Pete Lautensack, and he stuck his head in his door and he said, "I see that you're a Christian. Guess what? We've got a group on campus." And invited me to join. It had a great laugh, and don't ever play hockey with him. But so I went to the Fireside Lounge one night because Pete had invited me. I kind of went on my own, but got sort of sidetracked and ended up in a movie instead of going in. So afterward, I came out of the movie feeling guilty, and I looked across at the Fireside Lounge, and out comes this prophet of God, this man with a bald head and these really big eyes. His name was John Alt, and he looked at me, and I knew I was done. I was doomed. I turned and I ran. It just scared me. The guy scared me. I just thought, he can see all my sins. It was a while later. Another movie. This time, Everything You Want to Know About Sex, but We're Afraid to Ask. That was playing at Clarkson Hall, so I decided I'd walk on my own and go see that. And I was going by the Methodist church, and in there, Koinonia was breaking down. They were done. They were breaking down, and I didn't feel right about going to this movie, but I kept telling myself, it's okay. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll go in there. There'll be somebody in there who'll know if I should go to this movie or not. So I walked in. I walked up to this guy at the front. His name was Bill Tribley, if you know Bill. And I said, "Sir," and I explained my quandary, and he said, "Everything you want to know about sex? Well, first of all, everything I want to know is in the Bible. Second of all, if you want to know about sex, you need to ask the elders." Well, I turned and ran again. This church wasn't really, it was great. I mean, that's what I needed to hear. I didn't go to the movie, but it wasn't until I met a friend, Alan Hunt. He became my roommate. He invited me to his Church of Christ in Messina. Got baptized there. Then Al told me that was a big mistake. We needed to start over. So he had found this other church, Koinonia, and he was talking to this guy, John Alt. And I said, "Oh, you mean the guy with the big eyes and the prophet thing?" And he was like, No, he's a nice guy. So I went to a small group. It was a Sunday morning. I think it was at the Latard's house. And we went around the group sharing. This is my first time there ever. And I shared that my dad had died when I was 16. And after the meeting, Vi Elephant got up out of her seat, walked across, put her hand on my shoulder, and said, "The Holy Spirit really told me to pray for you." And we really need to love you and fill this hole in your life. And it's the first time that I wasn't scared to death of these people, but also the first time that I really realized this was a place where I was gonna get the love of God, and I did, and I stayed. And I've told you the different things that happened over the years. I was in grad school, I was in undergrad, I was an intern, and God used all his experiences and these wonderful people, these mentors, Mike Webster, John Ault, Jack Oliphant, Jack Letarte. I could go on and on and on, and women as well in my life like Vi and Jane Ault, Cindy Letarte. I mean, I know I'm forgetting people, forgive me, but 5 minutes, right? I got 5 minutes, I'm already past it. So that was 10, but I'm 5. Okay. But anyway, I just want to say that God really fulfilled that verse in my life through Koinonia, that he gave me fathers and mothers in the faith. And because of that, I gained strength, I grew, and I learned how to serve God. And if there's 2 things I could leave with you that I've learned over the years, one is that God will never forsake you, even though people do. And the second thing is, for heaven's sake, stay out of movie theaters. Love you guys.